This is a game that I played today. It is of course SMITE TP Sion Support, and it is a complete shit show. You are going to love it. There's a pretty big twist towards the end of it, so I hope you stick around and yeah, enjoy. I imagine you're gonna learn quite a lot from this game. I didn't expect to die so quickly here, but the deck isn't bad. I've lowered all three of them low enough that they cannot go to lane and the minions have already spawned. This means they need to back and reset. Ezreal stopping Jinx's back there is huge. Because our team is already in red side and has vision, I teleport and look to harass the Nidalee on her blue. I place a defensive control ward just in case Nidalee tries some weird shenanigan where she runs over to red to counter, but I don't think that's possible. It's just a safety measure. Eve successfully takes the red buff, and I actually spot the Nidalee showing up to the red late. This gives me some information that I can now use. I'm assuming I can actually kill this wolf with my smite and get level 2 and use my level advantage to harass the Nidalee. Akshan roams to stop me from doing this. Keep in mind, he's already so far behind in experience because he already had to back. I pull back because I fully comprehend what's happening here. Nidalee is rushing to her blue. It's her only option, so all I have to do is sit here and wait. Annie takes full advantage of that lane pressure she got, rotates over, and we get a free pickup on the Nidalee. This means that we're going to get the blue for free. The problem though is I see Eve pathing over and pinging the blue buff. This is something we went over in the video yesterday. The Rek'Sai actually gave me the buff and it was so smart. This is the opposite. This Eve has come to steal the blue from me, and I actually give her the blue because I'm kind of confused about why she doesn't have a blue buff yet. And I also know if I smite this, she is probably going to end. It's a terrible choice for her to be here, but it is what it is. And then she even ends up trying to take the Grump from me. You can see me trying to tell him to go and farm something else. On Eve's way out, she hits the vision orb and it spots the Nidalee. Nidalee thinks whoever hit it is actually further away than where I'm positioned, so there's no way that anyone could be in this bush. She has forgotten that there's two junglers. Nidalee still has no flash because of the level 1 trade, so she dies once again. I smite the wolves because I know that I'm going to suicide on the towers while crossing over to the raid camp. This gives me the wraith completely for free without any risk. He can't get a cap. He's got no farm. And now that I've put Nidalee so far behind, in fact, so far behind that she literally has 0 farm at 4 minutes. 0. I decided that I don't need to run interference anymore. I sell my jungle item, buy a support, and then I end up staying in the bot lane until her buffs respawn, and then I leave the bot lane and go and take them. Due to all the action this playstyle gets in the early game, we end up always having our stopwatch super early in the game, and you can see it comes in really clutch here. Now let's think about what we've achieved so far. We have stolen the red, we've stolen the blue, we stole the second red, we stole the second blue, we secured the rift, and now we secured the Drake too. There's a break in the game here where not much happened until a play went horribly wrong in the mid lane. Actually didn't end up seeing what the play was, but we'll look over it at the end of the game. I want to show you guys what I saw, and then we can go through and review it after. When I ulted in here, I still felt like we had a massive lead, and looking at the scores, we still probably do have a lead. It's a lot less of a lead than what it was before whatever occurred put us in this position. You can see though, the team's mental is completely gone. So between us being completely on top of the world and 4 minutes going by, the team's practically given up. Our team is just falling to pieces. Eve thinks that we took all of her jungle. She ends up pinging the camps that she thinks I took. Look at all the camps she's pinging. She's pinging all the enemy camps. She thinks that's the reason she's behind. That's what she's blaming this game on. Me taking the enemy's camps. There's a lot to read here. It's basically the enemy shit-talking me and me not fully comprehending what Annie means. Even now, I don't understand what the hell Annie's talking about. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. The game ends in the next team fight. Jinx is just way too far ahead and it feels like we have no damage. And here is the interesting part. The first mistake in this game was actually made by the Eve rotating to the blue buff. It made absolutely no sense for Eve to be in this blue side jungle. None whatsoever, and I'm going to show you why. Remember how Eve stole the red buff off of our level 1 trade? Well, look at her pathing. She walks all the way to her blue. Realistically speaking, she should clear this blue and clear every camp and just do a full clear. Because right now, I'm in the enemy blue side stalling the Nidalee, whereas she could just be getting to level 4 completely for free. It could be a level 1 Nidalee versus a level 4 Eve. Instead, she passed straight to her red buff, which makes no sense. Think about it. Why would you go from red to red unless there's a threat of Nidalee counter stealing it? But there's no threat. You can see that I'm fighting the Nidalee, plus I've given you a red one. So we know there's no one at your red, but you already should know that because you can see Nidalee on the map. And then to top off her poor decision rushing her red buff, she ends up dropping the aggro of it and walking over to try and steal the Nidalee's blue. It makes no sense. The way she's playing shows that she doesn't know how to adapt to different game situations. In her brain, all she is thinking is, I want enemy blue buff. I'm the jungler, I will steal blue buff and get ahead. But it doesn't make sense. I want you to think about this. Pause for one moment and realize what is happening in this game. We've left Ezreal in a 2v1 in the bot lane, which means he's going to be ahead in experience, but behind in gold. If I steal gold away from the Nidalee, that means that I'm going to be up in experience, up in gold. Nidalee is going to be down in experience, down in gold. And if Eve doesn't have to do anything but farm, she's also going to be significantly up in gold and experience. But the way this played out, Eve has decided to share experience with me in the jungle, meaning both of us are behind and Ezreal's behind. Eve is still ahead on this graph, but that's because she's ahead of the Nidalee, whereas she would be significantly ahead. She'd be double green plus. Does that make sense to you guys? Here's a review of what actually went wrong. So we were winning up until that Drake, and then there was a big gap in time. You can see there's nothing occurred during these 4 minutes until this one play. And I didn't even get to see the play. It happened so quickly. Don't forget, Eve says the reason we lost is because I was stealing the enemy jungle's camps. It happened so fast, right? And it was all off the back of Eve's terrible play. I don't know what he was thinking, but the problem with his play, the reason why it screwed us over so bad, is the only player they had a lead on at the time was Jinx. That's one player, we can deal with that with all our fed players. But after this play, we lost all our leads, all our shutdowns, we lost everything, and they got multiple leads off of it. And that's why it snowballed so quickly off of one play alone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I want to show you now the funniest part of it all. It's the Nidalee. You can see why she would have thought that the enemy jungler was leaving. Anyway, she ends up dying, and you could tell by how long she sits in the spawn that she is fuming. She's already died twice, and on her way back to her jungle, you can see that I'm executing and taking another one of his camps. He fucking, I guarantee you right there, his mind blew. And it shows because he sat at his tower for a good 30 to 40 seconds. Look at the clock, it's 4 minutes now, and he still hasn't killed one single camp. Nidalee clears her first camp at 5 minutes. Imagine that, 5 minutes, and then we lost the game. Oh my goodness, he was literally about to quit and we lost. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment and like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Y'all ain't on this level, bitches, Tilterella. Y'all can never beat them like a knockoff.